Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, wow, wow. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the Thunderdome. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We listen, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and we'll warm it back up. We got it. This is listen, tomorrow, this will be where we're at until what is it? Wednesday or Thursday? Friday? Thursday or Friday, yeah. We'll be here. My other backup, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The Mr. Crossing one returns tomorrow, so maybe on Friday the Mr. Crossing one will be back. Can you believe that? And I lost my appeal. They said it was misinformation and disinformation, but it's not misinformation and it's not disinformation. You never know who reports, to be honest with you. You just never know. But let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and see if we can share. Now I would say share the live so that everybody knows we're over here doing what we're doing. All right. Because it's very, very important. We continue to have these wonderful discussions, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, just one quick second. Hold on. Yeah, it's Dame. You never know. You never know, ladies and gentlemen. But make sure you please tap the screen, share the live. I got to actually start moving it over to another platform, right? When is the end of the yeah. They always get to me. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. We're going to invite people. All right. We're going to invite others to make sure that they come on over here, all right? Because they got to know the truth. They got to know where the truth is at, all right? And then they got to send the other people here, all right? Because, this is a group effort. Oh, you don't need to subscribe or anything. We're just going to knock out the rest of the show, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, yes, W to all of you who found me on my backup. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third backup. You didn't think I had it, but I have it. All right. Hold on. There you go. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen. What we'll do is we'll continue to get the real good word out. Please please share the live to all who need to know the truth. All right, because they gotta understand this isn't going anywhere. We're not stopping. And in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll get more of this on the record. What I'll do is this: we will play some of Lawrence O'Donnell while.
What do you know about Rotten Tomato?
Hold on.
And he's
This little stretch of coastline here was the inspiration that kicked off this.
Let's go.
Deal. Have a great show.
Thank you. I was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. Those are the words of Jeffrey Epstein. And Donald Trump doesn't want you to know that Jeffrey Epstein ever said that. Donald Trump doesn't want you to hear the audio recording of Jeffrey Epstein saying exactly that. And he said it in the first year of Donald Trump's first term as president, when Jeffrey Epstein was still very much a free man and 2 years away from being arrested on federal charges of sex trafficking and raping children.
Oh my goodness.
Something Jeffrey Epstein had been doing for a very, very long time and had already gotten in legal trouble for in the state of Florida years before Donald Trump became a top politician. Donald Trump said again today that he just doesn't understand why anyone, especially his supporters, would still be interested in Jeffrey Epstein. It could be because Donald Trump said this years before he became a politician. I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
Wow.
Donald Trump said that to New York Magazine in an interview for a profile of Jeffrey Epstein in New York Magazine. And in those days, Donald Trump was proud to say, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. There they are, doing their thing together. And as Donald Trump said about Jeffrey Epstein's beautiful women, quote, many of them are on the younger side.
Nasty.
Donald Trump saw many of them at those parties that they were at together.
Wow.
Donald Trump saw how young they were. And Donald Trump was still proud to say, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. Donald Trump
disgrace.
Doesn't want us talking about any of this. And a good rule of thumb for the news media in covering Donald Trump has always been to talk about whatever Donald Trump is hoping we don't talk about. It's not easy to choose what stories to present on a daily basis in the coverage of Donald Trump. It has never been easy. We all make those choices every day here and at other news organizations, and we all might make different choices on a given day. But the best choice is usually the one that infuriates Donald Trump the most.
And that's why we do what we do. We pick the topics that we know, ladies and gentlemen, are going to make MAGA come to Jesus as far as I'm concerned. And so now that you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and obviously you see what's going on, they do not like the fact that we're not going to let go of this Jeffrey E thing. But you know what? If you got to do this and go through the fire, we might as well do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Let's go ahead and do another round of the Lake of Fire. And this is for those who get really uncomfortable. They get worked up when they hear us bringing up real information about their dear leader, and it's disgusting information. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no other choice but to send them where? Where are we going to send them? Straight to hell! Get them out of here.
Silence!
Yeah.
You matter daily.
I mean, no matter how you look at it, you just have to ask yourself, why is this man acting so guilty? All right, well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we're gonna move it along. Let's go ahead and bring up folks. Is there any Trump supporters out there right now that want to get in the box and have a conversation? All right, because obviously we got to do what we got to do on the backup. The other backup will be back, what is it? About 8 a.m. tomorrow. So, we'll be back to having two. Good morning, Cheryl. All right. But yes, this is the third backup. After this, I'm just going to shut it down because I understand. Sometimes you just need to take a break from TikTok. Yeah. Who's bullying people? That's the question. Who's bullying people? Are there any Trump supporters out there? Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. I'll bring you right on up here. All right. Let's see. Who do we got? Okay. Well, Wakanda, you wanted to come on up here. Why don't you come on up here, sis? All right. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. Oh, MAGA Queen, knock it off. Yes. Good morning, Wakanda. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Zeus?
I'm doing all right. Another day doing the Lord's work, so to speak. You?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
They always try to take out the truth. They always try to take out the truth.
Ain't that something?
Why is it that MAGA don't like the light?
They love darkness, perhaps, right?
They love darkness. You know what? You know what the scripture says why they love darkness, don't you, Zeus?
Go ahead. I know bits and pieces.
Because their deeds are evil. Because their deeds are evil. That's what the scripture says. So if you are a MAGA supporter, we want you to know, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
We know why you support Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because birds of a feather always flock together.
Amen.
Huh?
Yeah.
So
she's not lying.
What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with a man who has been doing evil deeds for a long time. And now his supporters are on the brink of finding out what the dirtiest and the most evil of deeds that he's done is about to be painted and put on Front Street, right?
Yeah.
So now, so y'all was screaming when he was in office about releasing the e-files. Y'all was. I mean, it was Lindsey Graham. It was Rand Paul.
That part.
It was Tucker Carlson. All of them was wanting the e-files. Everybody, come on and release them so we can see them. But now, not only are they not releasing them, they're claiming that they don't exist.
Wow.
Wow. So if they don't exist, Zeus, why did he go to jail? If they don't exist, if they don't exist, why is Ghislaine Maxwell still in jail?
That part.
Huh?
That part.
So shouldn't she be out on the street?
She should.
If nothing happened.
Yeah.
If they don't exist. But now Donald Trump is running around saying what? What is he saying, Zeus? He said, the reason if they get released and my name is on it,
Yeah.
it's because Barack Obama and Joe Biden put my name on
Uh-huh.
there. It wasn't on there from the beginning.
Wow.
I didn't have nothing to do with that. So don't if it get released and my name is on it. Now they're running around MAGA talking about they doctored the file.
Yeah. They're saying they're corrupt and they're not credible, so to speak now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you buy that? Do you buy that at all?
Not at all. Not at all. Because if that's not if that's true, then what was Katie Johnson talking about?
You know they hate it when you bring up Katie Johnson. Yeah,
What was she talking about? Why did they start threatening her family? Huh? For her to pull her case. Why does she have to go into hiding?
Yeah. These are all valid questions, and to me, it smells and stinks of a cover up. All right,
it absolutely is a cover up.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, MAGA, y'all need to have a come to Jesus moment. Y'all, how dirty and low down does it have to get before y'all go? You know what? I didn't hitch my wagon to the wrong horse.
Yeah,
you gotta come. You gotta figure out eventually. Like, man, it's too much dirt and mess around Donald Trump for it not to be about Donald Trump.
Amen. W
Right?
Wakanda. She's laying it out. But do you think that to a certain degree, what you're saying, it's terrifying to the cult, right? Because that's what they're thinking. They're saying you're fear mongering. I see them in the chat. They're crying, fear mongering. Why are you doing this to us, Wakanda? That's what they're thinking.
But I've been always told that the truth does what? It sets you free.
Amen.
It don't bind you up. It don't put chains on you. It sets you free.
Yeah.
So y'all always run around here talking about you a patriot and you love freedom. How come you don't like this kind of freedom? Huh? How come you can't unburden your soul? That's what you need to be worried about. That's what you need to be worried about. All that. Because let me tell you something.
You said, how come you don't like this freedom? Yeah, it's a good point.
It's real freedom. See, the freedom y'all talking about is not really freedom.
Amen.
Because he got all kind of regulations and he's putting all these tariffs and tasks on people.
Yeah.
And it's not freedom. It's actually more bondage.
Amen.
So either you love freedom or you a liar. So which one is it?
Which one is it, MAGA? Because we see it for what it is. You don't think this is like Trump playing, because they say it's 5D chess, where he has people, he's really going after the deep state in a way. You don't see it like that?
No, he's not going after the deep state, because if he went after the deep state, he'd have to go after himself.
Oh.
So,
no lies detected. There's no lies being detected. This is truth, and we all know it.
Yeah. Because if that's the case, he'd have to go after himself. He'd have to go after Stephen Miller. He'd have to go after Steve Bannon. His whole administration is the deep state. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, they have no answers for what you're saying, and as we're sitting back monitoring the things that are currently going on in the country, do you honestly think that his supporters are really going to win again midterm? Do you think Trump's going to do a full term? Because a lot of people are saying he's not going to do a full term.
At the rate he's going, Zeus, and with his decline mentally, because let's not even do that. Because I seen a video a few weeks ago where he almost walked into a door. If nobody grabbed him, he'd have went headlong into that door.
Yeah.
So something is going on with him anyway.
Yeah.
So no, but I kind of think they're gonna slide him to the side eventually.
Yeah.
He on his way. He don't know it yet, but that's what they see. I really believe that they really want this to be released, because this is going to be their way of actually getting him to the side.
Get him out.
Yep.
No lies detected. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, listen, sis, you've done an outstanding job of coming in and helping me to get things going on the third backup account. All right.
I got you.
And I appreciate that, because they're after us. Obviously, they're saying the way that we get out here and we just totally describe who Donald Trump is. They say it's bothering people. So, but I want to thank you. All right, and hopefully we'll get some more voices up here like yours. All right, we'll keep up doing this wonderful work that we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up
Go ahead,
to
Jefferson.
Wakanda.
Everybody have a good day.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank you.
right.
Yes. All right. See, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing up people. Hopefully, they can get the live shared out to all the others out there who've seen me be taken down on my main account. Pip, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What brings you to the show this morning?
I was just caught the tail end of it. Are you?
Huh?
Who are you for? Who did you vote for?
Oh, I didn't vote for this guy. Did you vote for this guy?
Well, I voted for Kamala Harris as president. So
Thank
yes, I
you.
did.
Thank you. All right, I appreciate that. So you're watching right now a country being torn to shreds, and we're going, as far as I'm concerned, heading towards a 1929 style depression, right? You seeing it happen?
I saw the $27 billion surplus last month. Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that. But could you explain?
didn't?
No, where is it at? Is it because of the tariffs?
Reuters, everywhere. Yeah, $27 billion surplus in June, which we haven't had one in June since 2000 and I believe 17. So
Yeah.
he's making America great again. Aren't you excited about that? Aren't you happy for the golden age? Don't you love your country?
Well, it doesn't seem like a golden age, Pip. You know what I mean? Do you see these floods happening in regions? People should have had the money of the 27 billion. Some of that should have been there, right, to help these people have early warning systems and things like that. You see Americans being detained by ICE. It doesn't feel like a golden age to me.
Those aren't Americans. Those are illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. Yeah.
No. Some of
And a
them.
lot of those are chomos and rapists and murderers. But you're okay. Those are the people you want to keep in our country?
So I take it you voted for Donald Trump.
I said I voted for Kamala Harris as president.
But I'm listening to you, and I'm
Which
trying.
is your president.
Huh?
That's your president too.
But
I
I'm
voted
I'm trying to wrap my mind around the angle you're at. All right, because it seems kind of interesting the angle you're taking. You voted for Vice President Kamala Harris, but everything you're saying sounds like MAGA.
No, I said I voted for Kamala Harris as president. Who is Kamala Harris as president? Who is your president? That's who I voted for.
So you voted for Donald Trump.
Yes, sir, I did.
Why, okay, Pip, why not just openly and proudly say that?
I am. I totally am. I'm so glad that.
So let's reset this
dodged
conversation.
that bullet.
Let's reset the discussion, Pip. All right. When the people ask you questions, you don't gotta try to play mental gymnastics. I'm a straightforward type of person, because then you start doing that, I have to start questioning your integrity and things like that. You're an adult. You voted for Donald Trump, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. What
Okay.
it was that hard to follow? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was super hard to follow. All right, it's
Okay.
bright and early. It's bright and early. You know, you're smarter than me supposedly, and things like that. And so, what I'm saying to you now is, are you satisfied with the way he's handling everything right now, considering the fact that he said he was going to get rid of the deep state, and kind of looks like he is the deep state, right?
You know, I don't think, unless I were running personally, I would agree with any politician 100%. So, and I probably would guess that would be the same would be true for you. You know, we always have differences of opinions on the way people carry things out, but I do stand behind what he's done and what he's doing. I think he's doing a great job.
Even currently, right now, with the fallout going on with the e-files.
That I think he's still alive. I think Epstein is actually still alive.
So you think
I think that's what they're covering up. I think that's what they're covering up.
Okay. So
Operative for
is
Israel.
that a deal breaker then for you if Trump is covering for that? Wouldn't that be a deal breaker? Because I believe that's kind of the whole thing, right? Everything about MAGA can be, to me, boiled down to the e-files.
Well, you can say that, but also
Everything.
The President Biden, the FBI era of the President Biden, he had access to these very same files. He could have released them as well. So y'all's party is just as guilty as ours regarding.
Okay. So I've thought about the Biden angle, and I said, the thing is, Joe Biden never promised. Do you have any information about Biden promising to release it?
I don't. But he
Okay,
could
so
have. He could have.
But
And we'll see.
Pip, but let's be honest, Pip, if Biden would have released it, y'all would have said, "Oh, he's trying to," you know what I'm saying? Y'all would have accused him of interfering in the election. You would have called it election interference, especially when Trump had those other cases. that you don't believe?
No, well,
Pip,
I didn't vote for Trump based
but Pip,
on anything
but
related.
but I want to
I
make
voted
sure
on the
you don't go
economy.
around TikTok and saying Biden would have released it, because the things Biden did release, y'all are not accepting it, right? Whether those indictments, remember the classified documents cases, you don't believe that was actually true, right?
About the what? Say that again. I'm
Remember
sorry.
when he was indicted over the classified documents under Biden? Y'all didn't believe that was true. Y'all thought that was a two-tier justice system and it was election interference. Am I correct?
Well, those were 34 misdemeanors.
But my point,
And the
Pip,
statute of limitations had run out.
my
on
point
those.
is,
But
my
they
point
had-
by bringing that up, Pip, was if Biden would have released the e-files, y'all would have made an excuse to not believe it. So what we have is, we have you dead to rights, right? We have examples of Biden, quote, releasing things, and then we have examples of Biden not releasing things. And in both instances, you're making excuses. Does that make sense?
I'm not really, because you know what? That's not the hill I really care to unalive on.
Well, they want me to make it clearer.
it
I could say it.
doesn't-
I could say it
doesn't-
clearer. I could say it clearer to you if you want me to, because I don't mind.
I just don't think that in light of everything, I want our country, I want America put first, and that to me matters most. This is the only president who's actually, the actions that he makes, he puts America first.
No.
And I know y'all want to muddy the water with the e-files and all that.
Well, we don't want you to sweep that under the rug, because I would hate to think you are pro P3DO.
No, I'm not. And I
Okay,
think
are you promising? Are you promising? Are you promising you're not pro P3DO? So if the DOJ releases information and it shows that he had an extensive relationship with Jeffrey, for instance, would you stop? Would you stop and say, you know what? As much as I want the agenda Trump has, I honestly can't look my family and friends in the face and say I support a P3DO, right? Because that's where you're at right now.
Well, if he was in the act, and that was, I don't think that's his kink personally. I don't. Let me finish. I just don't think that's him. But if it were, and he was a convicted P3DO, then yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna bring up probably E. Jean Carroll, right?
No.
Who is crazy? Who's a serial accuser of men raping her. Let's just put that out there, because she has accused.
But Pip, I think we're having an American to American conversation. So it's not even about E. Jean Carroll. It's about making sure we settle this matter before we move on to the next topic, right? The matter at hand is, he was friends with this guy.
There's a difference.
No. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'll apologize. If I'm lying, Pip, I will apologize. What were they friends? Yes or no, based on what you know. Were they friends?
There's a lot of
wait. Let's just come on now.
Friends.
Were they friends?
I don't know. I know they knew each other. Were they friends?
Did they hang out? Did they hang out together? Did they party together? Pip?
I don't know that. I don't know that. Do you know that for a fact? Do you know that?
You want me to show you? Want me to show you some pictures I have that can show them dancing together?
I've seen the pictures.
Okay.
He has been in the.
Okay, so Pip,
decades.
Imagine
he has a picture with everyone. Just about.
Pip, imagine you're on the court. You're in a court case, and then you've ever served and been done jury duty or anything like that?
I have, absolutely.
Okay, so when they give you evidence is witness testimony, right? It could be video, it could be audio, it could be photos, correct? So, am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
Okay, so let's. I need you to understand. I'm speaking to you as an American. Mm-hmm. Is there evidence that shows Donald Trump took photos with Jeffrey E. that you have personally seen? And that's a yes or no. Okay. Yes. Have you ever
had? Do you know anybody?
No, but Pip.
Michael Jackson. Does that also? Are we going to apply that same rule with Michael Jackson or anybody else who has been accused of being a?
Well, it's Michael Jackson. I'll just nip this in the. But is Michael Jackson even the president? Because I think when we're talking about people that can actually have
circular logic that you're using is that if you take a picture with someone who's been accused of that, then you are automatically their friend and you are have similar interests.
So that's kind of circular logic, but it's not, right? And the reason it's not is because Michael Jackson took pictures with a lot of people. Trump could take pictures with and that's not the issue. But what we have is evidence that not only did they take pictures, but they hung out. And I would say average person didn't hang out with Mike. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of circular, but it's not, Pip. So that's why I want to make sure we don't bring up Biden. We don't bring up Michael Jackson. And I just want you, as an American, to be transparent. If this was a court case and you were sitting there deliberating with a jury, you would have evidence that these two hung out and they were friends. That evidence is there.
Okay, so that's not enough to convict somebody of.
Okay, I just need that to sink for a
That's
second.
circumstantial.
So Pip, now that you and we both agree they were friends, am I correct? Because you're right. There's no evidence. There's no evidence yet that we've seen, but the evidence we have seen shows that these two were friends. They had a relationship for years. They hung out together, and there's some court documents, and he's part of them. That's evidence that's out there.
So I can calibrate where you're at on this.
Because I care about kids.
No, I do too. Oh, I do too. And I think if anybody who is a pedo, they should be. Thank you,
Pip. Because that means a lot hearing another American like you say that. And so, what was your question?
My question, well, really, you got off on the e-file things. To me, that is not. To me, it's more important about what he's doing for America, what he's doing for the economy, how he's putting America first, and that, like the $27 billion surplus that we've had in June.
Okay, now,
substantial. Would you not agree that's substantial?
That would be significant, and I need more information about the 27 billion. All right, because I don't know how we reportedly. How did we get the 27 billion? Real quick, and then I want to finish. I want to at least the tariff, and who pays the tariff? Who pays the tariff?
Well, that depends, because it can also. So first of all, let me.
No.
Without interruption, let me just say this without interruption, okay?
But and then can we finish up we wrap up the e-file discussion after that?
Absolutely.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you, Pip, because I really do sense you're trying. I really do.
And I'm very open-minded, and I will look at the receipts too.
Thank you.
And I'm subject to change my mind based on receipts and things like that. But first of all, so the United States, we comprise 4% of the world's population, which you probably knew. So of that, we have the greatest economy. Would you not agree? We are the strongest economy, but there's very few countries that compare to our economy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, finish going.
Because we have the most people who have disposable incomes and things like that. So because of that, think of China. Who is China going to get to replace the kind of buying power that the United States possesses?
Can I stop you for a quick second? My show only goes maybe around 2 hours, and so I'm trying to make sure we don't go too far. And then based on the information that you're sharing with us, I tend to like to bring other folks up here, and so I believe the question that I was trying to get an answer to was who pays the tariff.
And that's where I'm getting to. Absolutely, okay. That's where I'm getting to.
So who could you just get us there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on my way. So China, they have all these goods. They're not going to find people to replace purchasing those goods other than America. So they are willing to eat some or most or all of those tariffs.
So China pays the tariff? Is that your way of saying China pays the tariff?
I'd say it can happen, or the people who are importing it can pay it.
Who would that be?
I'll tell you what. You know what the beautiful thing about America is? The most beautiful thing about it?
Pip, remember.
We have an option of purchasing or not purchasing if the price is too high. And by that, we ultimately hold the power of that, because we are the consumer.
Pip, are you suggesting that China gave the United States $27 billion? I mean, and that's all I need to get to. If you could, are you saying 100% of you, 100% of you believes China gave us $27 billion because of Trump's tariffs? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, we've obviously collected it. So
yeah, but it's a yes or no, Pip.
Do you feel the boot of a tariff on your neck? Do you feel that?
Yes.
You do? Like what? For what? What's so high?
Have you noticed inflation has gone up? Even though Trump said it's been zero, he said it was zero. It's because the reality is starting to sink in.
The things that inflation has gone up have been domestic products, like gasoline, like housing.
So gas is going up, right?
It's actually going down.
No,
But
well, look at that. Look at that, Pip.
but
You see
people,
how
that's the
Pip,
biggest
Pip,
thing if they go to is the
Pip,
domestic products
Pip.
that are so expensive, not the imported products.
Pip.
Funny enough.
All right. All right. I totally hear where you're coming from, but I need you to work a little harder to meet me where I'm at. All right. I understand where you're at. You really believe this stuff. Now, you didn't answer. There's two questions you still have struggled to answer. And are you aware?
And my answer was it can be a combination of things. If
But for the
retailers want to
okay,
pass
all
that
right.
on to the public, they can.
Okay,
But
I
the
got it. I
public
got it.
will not.
Okay. So, so I get it. You don't believe we the people are the ones paying the tariff. There are a lot of us out here. There are a lot of us out here, Pip, whether you want to believe it or not, that know for 100% fact that we are the ones paying that tariff. All right. And I'm glad the dog kind of said what it said, because I know the dog knows what I'm talking about. All right. And so the second thing is you left the situation, the e-file situation. And I just want to make sure you know that I know you did that, and that's behavior people do when they don't want to admit the truth. So there's two things
What
you
is
won't
that
be.
proving? You want to prove it.
Can I say what I can I tell you what it proves? And
Go
that's
ahead.
and that's an excellent question. What that proves is that you're having a very, very difficult time bringing yourself to the point where you realize you made a terrible mistake this last election cycle that's actually going to cost you and probably the people you love in ways you can't imagine. You don't want to say that to yourself. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm here, Pip, because I can help you say that to yourself. And all we do is we're honest. When are you going to start being honest with yourself and coming to the same conclusion that it doesn't make sense that this man would tell you he's going to release the files and then he doesn't release them? And it could be about E, it could be about B, it could be about C. It's a lie. And now,
Right, because they're actually opening up an investigation. So we'll see.
Who's opening up an investigation?
They're doing. Have you not heard? They're doing a whole investigation. They're reopening it.
Okay.
They are. Have you not
Okay.
heard that?
Okay.
That is in the news cycle. But I think you are completely bereft of common sense and critical thinking skills if you think Trump is not making the economy great again.
Wait, you think that I'm what?
Bereft of common sense and
Oh.
critical thinking skills if you do not see that Trump has been the best president so far that we've had as far as the economy and everything therein.
What? But didn't he just say there's no inflation and now it's creeping back up? Didn't I just go over that with you?
It's not. It is not. It's
And
not.
then you also said our gas prices are going up. Didn't I just hear that from you? And didn't you just
No,
also
that is
confess?
people-
Didn't you also just confess that $27 billion came into our coffers? Have you seen any of that $27 billion, Pip?
It's a surplus. It's going to go.
Yeah,
right back
where is it?
The Treasury. Do you not realize that?
No,
Are you
okay.
talking
So no,
to
Pip, maybe
the
you didn't hear my
critical
question.
thinking?
Pip, where is it? Have you benefited from it at all?
We will. Of course we will. How
Pip,
can we not? It's
Pip,
going back
Pip,
to the Treasury.
Just say yes or no, please, ma'am, because we're Americans, and I can't have children watching. Perhaps I upload it to YouTube, and they go and they listen to these discussions. I can't have you saying stuff and lying to our children, the next generation. It's either a yes or a no. Have you seen any benefit of the funds that he claims he collected from China, the $27 billion? If so, simply say yes, Zeus. I've seen it, and this is where he's been using the funding. You haven't seen it.
Treasury. It's what do you think it's going in his pocket? Is that what you think? Where would it go? Would you have realized it's $27 billion in the month of June? Of course, it's going back into
All
the
right.
Treasury to be used in the budget for things like.
Pip.
Come on, you're not.
I got to try to. I'm trying to find. Maybe my friend Val perhaps can help us with this discussion, Pip. And I'm trying my hardest to reach you. Hi,
I
Val.
understand you need some help. That's fine. To take
Oh,
me on.
ma'am. He needs no help. He needs no help. You do. Ma'am, a $27 billion surplus. Is that what you're hanging your hat on? Please tell me that's what you're hanging your hat on.
Well, it's a fact. Is that not a fact?
Oh, no, it is absolutely a fact. It's $27 billion surplus on the back of the American people. Not only that, ma'am. How does that offset the $316 billion in deficit spending?
Are you kidding? You got to start somewhere.
No. Where? How does that offset, sir, ma'am? Excuse
How
me.
would
That is
it?
her.
How would it
That is
not?
that is
How would
him
it not,
that did
Val?
that. He created that $316 billion in deficit spending.
So the boot of the tariffs is on your neck right now. You feel that squeeze, right?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Well, you as a
When's the
consumer,
last
let me
time?
break
When's the
this
last
to
time
you,
you've
sir.
actually built a house, ma'am? When's the last time you've actually run across a
What do we
contractor that
import
says the
about
tariffs are not
houses?
hurting
What are we
them right now?
importing?
What
Drywall?
oil company? What oil company is saying that steel prices are not hurting them right now, ma'am?
So that's a good. So Pip, do you understand what Val is asking of you?
Of course I do. Of
Are
course
you
I do.
sure? Because I would hate to think he's exceeded your bandwidth, in terms of information, and that some of this stuff is not actually sinking in. What would you think? What do you? How
Well,
do you? What
I
do you think
appreciate
Val is asking of you? What do you think he's asking
I
you?
appreciate that you added someone for help to help you out, and because you were getting
I was getting annihilated by you,
yes.
correct? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not afraid to accept that. All right, but if you don't mind, could you continue to answer our questions
That
to the
person
best
who
of your?
asked me about the grocery store, they're so ignorant to not realize that's all domestic.
I didn't
Pip,
ask you about the grocery store. I asked you about American oil companies and
Yes, what about it?
the effect of tariffs on steel, and I asked you about American contractors and the effect of tariffs on lumber. Okay, I asked you about those two things specifically.
Yeah, we
Okay,
have a lot of
what you said, how does it affect
realize we
you
have a lot of
daily?
lumber here in
I
the United
just told
States.
you how it does. There's a 50% tariff on lumber right now, ma'am, and steel.
We have a lot of
Pip,
lumber
Pip,
here.
Pip,
We
Pip,
have a
Pip,
ton of lumber here in the United States.
Pip.
No, ma'am, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, ma'am.
Look at Alaska. Are
Ma'am.
you kidding me? Look at
When's the
Alaska.
last time you looked at a map of the American forest?
For quite a bit. Now, if we didn't
Okay,
have
now,
the
ma'am,
liberal
I want you to
leftists
take that map and
leading
compare
party.
it to the Canadian forest, please.
So what? Yeah, what about it? What about Alaska?
And Pip, I just want you to know I'm taking notes on the conversation,
Ma'am,
and
do you
I'm
think Alaska has a lot of trees?
Yes, they do. They sure
No,
do.
ma'am.
They
Pip.
sure do. Okay.
Pip,
So
Pip.
you're going to argue about the topography of Alaska? Go
Ma'am,
for it.
our American forest that we can actually get lumber from is literally 1/5 of Canada's. That is why we get lumber from Canada. That's why a lot of our lumber comes from Canada. See, there's a reality that you need to get into, but I want to go back to the original subject. Ma'am, explain the $316 billion in deficit spending, please.
Regarding what? Regarding what do you
Right
want me to
now,
explain?
there's a $316 billion deficit, and you're hanging your hat on $27 billion that
That's
came
for
off the
1 month.
backs of the
Uh-oh.
American people.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on, Val. Because wait a second, Pip. Can I just? I want everyone to understand what Val just
so you talk,
did.
he talks, and I have to listen.
No. You can respond, Pip.
As long as I
Pip.
know the rules.
No. Okay, yeah, you're going to be able to respond, but I want to make sure everyone in the audience understands what just happened. Val has just answered the question I've been asking Pip about who pays the tariff, and Val, am I correct? It's off of the backs of the American people.
Correct.
Okay, all right. I don't feel like I'm winning that much. Oh, Pip left. Pip, where did you go, Pip? Wow.
That was too easy. Yeah, so everybody knows. Yeah, that we had a $27 billion surplus from tariffs. It came from tariffs. So that's the surplus in the treasury. But the treasury is also where the deficit lies. Okay, the $27 billion in tariffs. Oh, there's also one other place that comes from. It also comes from the government jobs that were also lost.
Wow.
Okay, the money they're not having to put out right now for payroll. Okay, so that's part of it. That's part of it as well.
Wow.
The biggest portion of it is tariffs, and that came off the backs of the American people. And whether you like it or not, corporations that have to pay more for lumber more for steel,
Wow.
or all employ American citizens. So all that job loss,
Yeah.
all the job loss that we are seeing right now is
Tell 'em.
also on the backs of the American people. That's also why we have a $316 or $6 billion deficit spending problem right now. This is why they were over budget until they passed this big, beautiful bill, right?
Yeah.
That is why we were over budget until they passed this. But that is just going to do nothing but add more to the deficit. 27 billion in 3 months.
Wow.
Does not make up for 316 billion.
What a situation that we've gotten ourselves in. No wonder she ran. W Val. I tried my best to work with her, as you can see, but she didn't want to listen. So obviously she's programmed, but I think she's going to think about what you said, Val, and she's going to say, oh, maybe I don't want to go around saying things like this. And it's sad because she wasn't even proud to be a Trump supporter. She said it in a weird way, you know. Oh, I voted for Kamala as president.
Yeah, I mean that's what a goofy way to put that. But Pip, you went down all kinds of rabbit holes, and you're down a big one. I don't know what that was all about with the you think that he's still alive thing. That was out there.
Yeah, and it's because these folks out here, they know that they have really nothing else to stand on, Val. But you know what? We're going to keep on engaging and laying into these folks and hopefully get some of them out of this nasty cult that they have found themselves in. All right, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, but thanks for coming up too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Val. She's a dishonest person. Yeah. Thank you. While we're warming up the backup, ladies and gentlemen, you see what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen. When extreme measures come, you got to do things like this. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Who do we have? Sunrise. Good morning. How are you doing, sis?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you?
Well, I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs.
I hear ya. I hear
Yes.
ya. Poor Miss Pip.
Yeah. You think there's something wrong with her?
In my world at work, I know Pip to be a performance improvement plan, and that was a piss poor performance.
Yeah.
Miss Pip. That was a piss poor performance.
Wow. So you weren't impressed by it?
I wasn't impressed in the least. She needs to be put on a Pip. I know her name is Pip, but she needs to be put on a Pip. Wow. There were so many things that she said, Zeus.
Yeah. Speak on it.
One thing she noted is that she didn't think that, the information was Trump's kink, was her wording.
Yeah.
But yet these fools run around saying that Biden had a kink with smelling. You know what I mean? So how do you personally know that that's not his kink, right? So
Yeah, we have all the information that he's tied to this guy, and yet she's stuck. They don't want to come to grips and admit it. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Then she said America first, but that makes me think that's not the Americans that need healthcare. That's not the Americans that need food. That's not the Americans that need tax cuts. So are those people not American people? Where is America first in that? She also said that, she didn't know if they were friends, but you were absolutely certain that that wasn't his kink. So, she said that she said that she cared about kids, right?
Yeah.
But she
I heard
doesn't
her.
care. But she doesn't care about the children that were just recently lost in Texas that are still looking to be found. And, she didn't care that this administration, this president, Doge, or the Republican administration in the state of Texas who shot down Biden's, quote, communist money that would have protected those children. You didn't care about those. You didn't care about those children. To Val's point, she talked about this surplus, but that is a monthly surplus. The last time we had a surplus as a country was the Democratic administration of Bill Clinton.
Amen.
Okay, so let's not talk about monthly. Monthly means nothing. Okay, so in terms of monthly, the second monthly surplus was largest surplus was April of 2022, and that was $308.2 billion, and that was under who was president in April of 2022?
W for Joe Biden.
That part.
Tell them, Sunrise. She knows. These people know this.
That part. So, that was just a piss poor performance. I think that she needs to be written up and put on a PIP. Miss Pip, that was very lackluster. Showed no factual context or information.
None.
And Zeus and I was discussing this yesterday, that I've been doing a deep dive into how the brain works for people that are in cults. And been researching the amygdala.
Oh. Yeah.
And it's really interesting that it's a part of the brain associated with processing emotions like fear and anxiety. And cults often exploit vulnerabilities in individuals. And the amygdala plays a role in how individuals respond to emotional triggers and show social cues.
Yeah.
And potentially making them more susceptible to manipulation.
Ain't that something?
It's just
so something's wrong with their something's wrong with their amygdala is what you're saying.
Yes, it's a big key player in processing emotions like fear and anxiety. It can be hyperactive in these individuals, making them more susceptible to perceived safety and belonging offered by the cult.
Wow.
It's very influenced.
Well, is there any cure? Is there any cure for this, or how does this work?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay.
Some research suggests that prolonged exposure to cult environments can lead to changes in brain structure and function, and potentially
it smoothens the brain, is what I hear. Wow, someone said drink beet juice. All right, Pip, drink some beet juice, all right, and get some wrinkles in your brain a little bit, all right? Because what we're dealing with is, to me, it's a situation that we really shouldn't have to be saying this stuff. We're all adults, and you would think, when people get older, they get a little more intelligent. But it seems with MAGA, it's the other way around, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but Miss Pip, I think I'm gonna, take Zeus's authority and put you on that performance improvement plan.
Fair enough.
That was a piss poor performance.
So you're not buying what she's selling?
Absolutely not.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Neither am I. All right.
I don't understand why this E stuff is their hard line. They had begged for this crap for a multitude of years.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, and even with the immigrants, right? It was, they're coming in and they're trafficking children and they're hurting children and they're raping children and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yet their hard line is get them, not Trump. I don't understand it.
Well, the thing is, they're digging a ditch and they're thinking they're going to put all the bad people in there, but they're starting to understand it's them that are going to end up in that ditch, Sunrise. And this is why we got to keep getting out here doing this wonderful work. That's it's thankless work at the end of the day, but we're going to keep doing it, right? Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
All right, sis. Well, we're going to move it on. All right. As
Have a
always,
good
it's a
day,
pleasure.
Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, W Sunrise. No lies detected. Lord have mercy. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again doing the Lord's work. This is the third account for those of you that are coming in. I saw you. Yes. Both of them are down, but at least I'll get my main one, or my backup, my original backup, Mr. Crossing. I think that'll be there by, sometime tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be doing the show on this account. All right. And it's no problem. It's no sweat off my back. Sometimes you got to cool off from doing things at a high level. Let's go back to the audience. Where are there any Trump supporters out there? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. And what we'll do is we'll try to get you to see the light as quick as we can. All right. Let's see. We'll give them a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I agree, Val. Great work. Any Trump voters out there that are still on the Trump train? I see conservative Christina, but conservative Christina, she would never ever try to have an honest conversation. So I don't want her just yet. He announced higher tariffs on Mexico. Yeah. So what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is clearly MAGA has tapped out. They've tapped out. They say we don't want to get up in the box and try to defend the indefensible because they know what's going on, right? They see this country. We're on significant decline, serious decline. We're heading towards a serious depression as far as I'm concerned. And now they're pro P3DO. They're pro P3DO. And they know this. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Who do we got next? Good morning. Attacking. Welcome.
Morning. Good morning, Zeus. Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning. How are you? That's 3 of them or 2.
Yeah, I'm good. Well. Good morning for the the most humble, the most honest. One for each of you. The thing is this: listening to her, you are so kind. You are so kind. You are so kind. I'm just biting at the bit right here, going, no, you gotta go right for the jugular vein.
Yeah, because I know that she's totally. She's outnumbered, and she didn't even know it. She didn't even know the energy was brewing the way that it was, and she's just, as far as I'm concerned, digging herself deeper and deeper. But if you could talk to her, because Pip is listening.
Well, the thing is this: when you go to court and you're being questioned, right? You're sworn in, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, right?
Yeah.
That. In a court system and in a deposition, you're told to tell the truth, right?
Correct.
So when Donald Trump says in his own voice, which I happen to have on my phone right here,
go for
that what E. Jean Carroll said he did to her was sexy, and she loved it, and she fainted with whatever. I can play the few seconds.
I've heard it, but Pip, listen up. This is something you need to keep into your cerebral cortex. You too, conservative Christina.
Yes, have a listen.
Faint with extreme emotion. That's not what you meant here. Objection to form.
Well, sort of. That's what she said I did to her. She fainted with great emotion. She actually indicated that she loved it. Okay? She loved it. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped.
Very sexy to be graped. Now, the thing is this. In a deposition, if you're saying something, what Donald Trump should have done after that, he should have said, but the thing is this. I didn't do any of that. She's saying I did something and it made her feel faint with great emotion and it was sexy. But I didn't do it. Did those words come out of Donald Trump's mouth? No.
Nope.
He didn't say that after that statement. That would have been the most appropriate time to clarify. She said she enjoyed something that I did not do. Donald Trump has come out and said this. Donald Trump has said he's done things improper with women. He says he's done things improper with children. He has done things on nationwide TV shows making improper comments about his own kid. Donald Trump is braggadocious about doing these things. Donald Trump is his own worst witness, and every time we bring this stuff up, you people pivot and ignore it. You don't care about Katie Johnson. You don't care about E. Jean Carroll.
Nope.
You don't care about Nancy O'Dell, the woman that he took shopping for furniture and moved on her. You don't care about the 27 witnesses. But you know who you do care about? Lying about Joe Biden, having his arms on people's shoulders and whispering in their ears. We'll agree that he invades personal space.
Yeah.
No problem there. My aunt did that night. That's why I don't like red lipstick. But the thing is this. You guys have to pivot and lie about Joe Biden, saying that he's touched girls in inappropriate places, and there's video of it, but you never produce a video. You don't have a court case from a family member. You don't have anything except for one person who lied about the situation in every interview, ran to Moscow, and then do you know what Stacey put up?
What?
She said that people were unaliving her horse and her friends and tried to unalive her baby. And she goes, they, meaning possible because of the accusation against Biden.
Yeah.
So I made a video saying, who is they, Stacey? Are you insinuating that Joe Biden was trying to unalived her horse, a friend, family members? Are you saying that they tried to unalive and that's why she ran to Moscow? E. Jean Carroll got unaliving threats. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't go anywhere. And by the way, you guys keep forgetting, she didn't bring this case. Donald Trump caused the case to come to fruition because he kept on defaming her. The first case was a defamation/assault case.
Yeah.
He brought it upon himself. If he would have shut up, there would have been no case.
Facts.
None whatsoever. Oh, yeah. And again, Stacey says it in 2019, or the 1990s, what I mean, there was a case brought against Joe Biden for assault. Where's the case? Come on, show the case.
Show us.
And Stacey says she doesn't lie too, just like another person says she never lies.
These are some sick people, and they'll do anything to worship Donald Trump and to be able to smell that dirty diaper. And that's why I say they're not pro-life, they're pro-P3DO, and they know it.
And
they know it.
And the reason why we have to keep the same steadfast attitude towards this is because you guys ignore it. You guys lie about the truth and ignore. You lie about the truth and you ignore the truth, and you tell things that are lies as truth. You guys got to stop doing this.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be in this argument here right now if you guys would just own up to the fact Donald Trump's not the golden age. The golden age to what, Pip? Where are we going back to that was great for anybody?
$27 billion attacking. Oh, life is great.
And I wish Val was up here because I would have said, so Val, the $27 billion in the surplus, right? And she said something about it's going to help pay off the debt. Okay, so basically what she says is us, the American people, paying more money on products is helping to pay off the debt that Donald Trump caused.
She would not, as soon as we got that to that point, I believe that's when she dropped, because she refused to acknowledge that we are basically getting taxed to death.
Yeah.
As a result of these tariffs. I mean, you're going to go ahead and tell us, you got a tax cut with the big, beautiful bill. But then on the back end, you're tripling up on the taxes. What a good way to trick people. But I'm not tricked.
And I don't understand why these people think they can read the big, beautiful bill and say that they understand it.
They don't. They can barely read.
We need the economic, the economists, the people who really know how to dissect this bill to be able for us to even understand. We can read it, but you have to go from one place to another place to another place because it's almost like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Making this statement, and we're going to take it out of here in section A385. You got to go to A35. You got to go read this section here. You got to see what they're doing. They are going to harm Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. And by the way, I sent Shay a message yesterday because another woman came up talking about, and Brandy, I don't know if Brandy's in here, talking about child trafficking type of deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump shut down like 69 offices or whatever in regards to stopping child trafficking. Donald Trump did this. I sent Shay the information earlier or yesterday.
So he's once again facilitating it, not stopping it.
Donald Trump has ended investigations to these things. Yes. Child assault and child trafficking. Yeah, he ended 60 some odd facilities in regards to doing this. Yes. So when you guys talk about child safety, Donald Trump's for saving kids. I just posted an article with Shay last night that he is stopping the investigations and the ways to find these things out. So for when you guys, and Janae, for you, I know you probably listened to this. For Janae, you say that you've done something for 10 years in regards to this field. I don't think you've done anything. I think you were a secretary. You answered the goddamn phone. Okay, that's all you were. Because you have never one time made any type of legal analysis, stated any court case, or any type of terminology when it comes to the legal system whatsoever.
No.
You just say, I worked in this field for 10 years, stopping child trafficking. Yeah, what did you do, Janae? You answered the gosh darn phone of somebody who really did something, and that's all you did. Because you don't go from working 23 years and selling media to working into a legal arena without having some type of college degree knowledge whatsoever. Okay? I mean,
something's wrong with her attacking. In her defense, something is wrong with her. I've concluded that. Yes.
I'm a nuclear scientist.
Oh, you're.
Yes.
Again, when people say stuff to me like that, I just now had to say something's really wrong with them. All right, and I'm starting to come to the grips with this is what we're dealing with. A lot of folks who are in the cult, there's something wrong with them, and they need professional help because nothing else makes sense. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Plus, I'm part of royalty. Did you know
You're
that?
doctor. Oh, you're royalty. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
I'm a royal pain.
Oh my goodness, W attacking, and you're a brain surgeon. Lord have mercy. All right, W attacking. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have so many wonderful voices here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing?
Doing well. So to attacking really quickly, attacking, you are a royal pain for sure.
Yeah.
But I am part of royalty. You see that crown on my head? That proves it right there.
Okay, never mind. All right, I
was just joking. So it's good to see you this morning, Zeus.
You saw me get taken down, right?
I did. And in the beginning, when you came back on this account, I sent you a message. The comments were flying by, so I doubt you saw it. But I saw your face, and I just wanted to give you some encouragement. I know it's hard getting taken down. It does something to the psyche, but we're not going to let it get to your psyche.
Amen. It's sometimes it makes you feel bad, but then the other times you're just kind of like, maybe if I need to take a week off, who cares, right? I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you could use one door closes and another door opens. So, things happen for a reason. That's how I look at it. But thank you.
Well, you know that you're being effective. Not effective. You're being effective because you're spreading truth. You bring people up that spread the truth. Mm-hmm. You bring people up that spreads misinformation. But you combat that with the truth. And we call people out. And that's what they don't like. That's the thing that they don't like. This Pip person.
Yeah.
This Pip person. What did she do when the truth got too much to her? She ran.
Ran.
She ran.
She skedaddled.
So that's exactly what's going to continue to happen. So based on what we talked about earlier this morning, Zeus.
Yeah.
Brianna cannot come today because she is literally going to the courthouse right now because her husband has a court hearing again today.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. You got family first.
The judge has declined a bond for him. He's from Venezuela. He's from Venezuela. And so the only thing is they're asking for deportation. That's what the court case is about today. He and his wife, they're asking for the court to deport him.
So ICE came and picked him up, and he's asking now to just self-deport as opposed
He's asking for deportation. He was at his green card hearing to get a green card. So you keep hearing about just do it the legal way, right? He was doing it the legal way. He was at the hearing for a green card. and ICE snatched him before his green card hearing. And I spoke with her. I spoke with her this morning,
Lord have
and
mercy.
she was all emotional. She said he has lost almost 15 pounds in the last month because he's just not eating. He's not taking care of himself. And so they're asking the judge to deport because she's like, we can wait for a green card in another country. They're like, we'll just wait for the green card in another country. She's a U.S. citizen.
Wow.
But she does not have the complexion for the protection. And I told her, I said, I'm worried about you because they're indiscriminately just grabbing people. And she's like, I know. She's like, every time I walk into the courtroom, I'm afraid because you should see the guards the way they treat me. They treat me like trash.
This is an American citizen saying they're afraid of their own government. Am I correct?
That is 100% correct. She is going to call me after she leaves the courthouse today. She's actually in court.
Sick.
She's in court right now. She's in the court hearing is in Aurora, Colorado. So they're in Colorado, and Aurora is where the court hearing is. And she's like, feel free to say anything you want about the case. She's like, I want my story out there. So to surmise it to the kingdom. So I have a mutual whose husband was grabbed at his green card hearing by ICE. She's been going through this for the last month and a half. She's a U.S. citizen, and he was doing everything that he was supposed to do according to what he was told to do by our government.
Wow.
And ICE still grabbed him anyhow. He's from Venezuela, and so they're asking to self-deport so he can wait for a green card in another country. Because the reason he's not eating right now is because the conditions that he's in is so horrible. I need you all to listen to this. He is in the United States of America, and when we're saying the conditions are horrible to where someone is going on a hunger strike, that should make us all concerned. Because we treat prisoners better than animals. We treat people who were found guilty of unaliving people better than this. Why are we accepting this trash? Because at the end of the day, whether you're guilty, innocent, or indifferent, you are still a human being, and you still deserve to be treated like a human being. I don't care what the crime is.
Yep.
That's what makes the United States, because we're different, or we're supposed to be different from other countries who believe in torture. Do you all remember during the George W. Bush administration when we spoke out about waterboarding?
Yep.
Why did we speak out about waterboarding? Because it was inhumane. It was inhumane. This is not the United States of America.
I've never seen.
We are different. I'm sorry, Zeus. Go ahead.
No, I've never been so embarrassed and just head hanging low to say, yeah, where are you from? Oh, I'm from the United States of America. It's the most shameful stuff we see happening. The story you just described, Nutty, it punches you right in the gut, right? You're saying you're devastating families all over the country. You got people trying to do the right thing, and you're just doing a number on them. You're sending them to Alligator Alcatraz. You're sending them to Seacot. You don't even care if they're American or not. You don't care if the paperwork is wrong or not. You're just doing it because you want to put so much fear into the minds of people that are the least. You know, these are some of the most vulnerable people that you could do this to. If you're doing this to Russia, I'd say, okay, he's doing something really to try to show Putin, hey, we could do that too, and you got to stand up to a bully. But he's doing this to the most vulnerable population, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me.
You know, Zeus, when I spoke with her, again, she said she's going to call me as soon as she gets out of court this morning. When I spoke with her, she is already preparing to leave the United States.
Lord.
Because at the end of the day, she said, I'm going to be wherever my husband is. And I don't blame her for wanting to be with her spouse.
Yeah.
So she a U.S. citizen is getting ready to leave her country because of how her country is treating her spouse. They've paid thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars, Zeus, to get to the point of him applying for a green card. That stuff, it doesn't come for free. There's cost associated to that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they've paid, they've put in the time, they've put in the effort, they've put in the money. And for people to say, oh, we don't care about people coming over here, we just want them to do it the right way, shut up. Because you don't care. You don't care. The problem is, if they are not white, you don't want them here.
Well, I thought you were going to
That's the
say.
problem.
I thought you were going to say if they're not white, they're not right, because you know that's a line right there, right?
Well, you know, it goes all into it, because if they don't want them here, that means they ain't right.
That part.
Because the right person has to be here for them.
Nutty's right.
So they don't care if you're a criminal. Because look at the South Africans who came over here, who were brought over here, who skipped the line. You know, we hear that all the time. Why skip the line? Well, those South Africans that Donald Trump brought over here, guess what? They skipped every line.
Just skipped it.
They didn't even get in a line. They got in the line at the airport waiting to get on the plane that we sent for them. That's the only line they ever got into. And now one of them is in jail for unaliving his wife.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he like 2 weeks after being here, Zeus, he strangled his wife.
Lord have mercy.
But yet Donald Trump keeps saying that people from Mexico are rapists, that are murderers.
You hear stuff like this and you're saying, what? We're not even going to have a country at this rate. We're never going to, you let stuff like this go on, we're not going to have a country anymore. We're going straight to hell in a handbasket. Well, not me, but the MAGA demons are. And look at the country.
That two-toed dog face that you have sitting behind you, he needs to be under the freaking jail.
And I think he's going to, because I just don't see how he can do 4 years of just committing crimes without some sort of accountability happening. I mean, we're seeing financial crimes. We're just, as far as I'm concerned, I would even say some of this could be considered war crimes, right?
No, not considered. It is war crimes. It's crimes against humanity. That's why in one of my posts, I'm like, where is Amnesty International? Where is Amnesty? I ain't talking about the A1 sauce that Linda McMahon thinks that A1 is. Yeah. Where is Amnesty International? Because if you want to talk about crimes against humanity, don't look any further than the United States government. Look at Alligator Alcatraz. The name alone should be a crime against humanity. Like, for crying out loud, at least the real Alcatraz, at least they weren't simping and saying, oh, we're going to put people on this little island and they're going to get eaten by sharks. They put it there for security reasons. This has nothing to do with security reasons. Talking about people being eaten by alligators, being attacked by snakes, being attacked by mosquitoes, in a tent down Hurricane Alley. The devil. This is some devilish BS.
Yeah.
That's going on in this country right now. And we all should be pissed off about it.
Amen.
You can disagree with the politics, agree with the politics, all you want. But what we see in our face currently, it is nothing but the works of the devil.
Amen.
And that two-toed sloth that you have behind you right now,
right there,
he is the architect of all of this. Because he's listening to that demon spawn child of his, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is the one that's running this country, y'all. Zeus tells you every single day when he waves his hands over his head that he's not a puppet. That is the puppet behind you. We see the strings that Stephen Miller, that the Heritage Foundations, that they're pulling over this man, because we know that he's too daggone stupid to even spell his own name. The dude cannot read.
Hit him with it.
So we know he can't understand and comprehend how to run the United States. So the question should be, who's running the United States of America if we have a chief officer who is cognitively not there? And yes, I'm all sorts of doctors where I've diagnosed him. He's cognitively impaired.
Amen.
And this is for you, Janae, before I get out of here.
Uh-oh.
She said that she could sniff a P3DO from a mile away.
Yes, she did.
Well, she doesn't have to go a mile away. All she has to do is look in the next bedroom in her own home. So there you go.
Oh, W Nutty. All right, brother. Well, listen, you laid it down like a carpenter. I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Nutty a huge round of applause. Thank you, brother.
Before I get out of here, all mutuals, please continue to share this live. Get people out there, because I've seen several people who have said thank you to me for sharing this live. Don't thank me, because we're going to keep getting the news out there. We're going to keep, if this live gets taken down, we're going to promote the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Oh, yeah, I just want me to keep going.
Well, keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the live. Don't forget to keep tapping. Let's get them on the FYP, and y'all have a beautiful day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Nutty. No lies detected. I mean, it's incredible, but we're gonna move wherever we can. All right, and so yes. Let's get back out here. I saw there's some folks out there who are struggling to keep up with what's going on. But what we're here to do, ladies and gentlemen, is quite simple. We're saving this country one show at a time by helping these folks who found themselves in a cult understand that, number one, you're in a cult and you need to get out of it. But then number two, bringing them undeniable truth at a level that they just can't handle. It's called Trump overload for them, right? They say we have TDS. No, I don't have TDS. I have something called common sense. All right. Yes. Let's see. Are there any Trump supporters out there in the chat? Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here, because I see some folks out there, their heads are spinning. They're buffering. Let's see. Any Trump voters out there? Put a one in the chat. Where are they at? Yeah, MAGA won't stop Big Zeus at all. I'm looking real quickly, and see, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these folks, they don't want to identify themselves as Trump voters. All right, and so you got to ask yourself, why don't they want to identify themselves? Let's see. Who do we have? Who do I have? John Minsa. Good morning. How are you? Are you a Trump voter? John, are you a Trump voter? Going once, going twice. Good. John, are you a Trump voter? John, maybe you accidentally sent me a guest request. I think you accidentally sent me a guest request, John. All right. Anybody else out there, a Trump voter? Or no. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Andreas, good morning. Are you there? Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. Let's see. They're scared. All right. Put a one in the chat if you voted for Donald Trump, and I'll bring you right on up here. John is in the John. Lord have mercy. All right. Let me bring up my good friend, the beautiful Shay. Welcome, Shay. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm
you
good.
said good.
Yeah. Oh my God, that Pip person. She's been making her rounds onto our lives lately, and it's the condescension for me. It's hysterical. She tries to come off sounding so intelligent, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I see it. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. I voted for Kamala Harris as president. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's just the games, and then you can just obliterate her with facts.
Yeah.
So excited about the $27 billion, surplus.
But she had no evidence of where it went. That's the funny part, right?
Well, exactly.
Yeah, what do they do? What if they, okay, you take the number 27 billion, what has he done with it? Nothing. He has to hold it, from what I understand, until they settle this issue about whether or not he can legally do these tariffs. That's what I understand. So it's not like it's really something that he can use.
Exactly. Listen, we're all for it. I think that's great, but we're so far off paying off our deficit. It's not even funny. I mean, that would have to happen every single month in his presidency. And I don't know. I'd have to do the math. I'm not even sure that would get us there.
Nope.
Okay, big deal. But inflation has rose to 2.7%. It was at 2.2 when he came in. So it is slowly increasing. So inflation is going up. The value of the dollar is at what? Somebody tell me. Last time I heard it was at 88 cents.
Wow.
Somebody can fact check me on that. So the value of our dollar has lowered. Other countries are looking to BRICS. They're looking to other monetary systems. Instead of the American dollar and depending on the United States, our trust around the world has diminished. There is so much stuff that's going on that's absolutely negative. And now he's talking to Zelensky and suggesting if Zelensky can, drop pew-pews on Moscow and Leningrad or St. Petersburg now.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
We're back to where Biden basically left off, right? It's, we're not going to do this because Biden did that, but he's doing the same thing Biden did. We're not giving Ukraine weapons. What we're doing is we're giving the weapons to NATO. And then, that's the way he's trying to sell it to his base. Grocery prices are through the roof, right? Yeah, inflation's
prices are through the roof.
Thank you.
There is, let's see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, we're going back to what Biden was doing. But yet the whole thing, everybody was like, we shouldn't be giving our money to fight wars. We shouldn't be doing this. And this guy is, bombing Iran. He's, helping out Netanyahu not end his terror in Gaza. Like, give me a break. None of this stuff is really good. I think I had it.
And then I hear Israel just launched some more, boom booms today in Syria. Yeah,
so bombing Damascus right now.
So no new wars. Yeah, right. Gas prices going down. No, they're going up. Right. Natural disasters through the roof. No help. This is what they voted for.
Right. Here's the tariff effects. The price increases in June alone. Durable goods up 0.5%. Linens up 5.9%. Oranges up 4.7%. Olives up 4.4%. Cookware up 4%. Audio equipment up almost 3%. Major appliances up 2%. Coffee up 2%. Sports equipment up almost 2%.
Wow.
It's beginning. The price of goods. So if Pip was still here, the tariffs are absolutely affecting the price of goods, and it's going to affect the American people. And when American people start feeling the crunch, right, then they're not going to be out there spending money. Then if we're not spending money, the economy will tank.
And so this...
Yeah.
Oh, someone bald. You think he says, "Oh well." He doesn't seem to think that it's you see how they flipped all throughout Biden's presidency. Please, Biden, bring those prices down. Inflation's hurting us. And then when Trump gets into office, I don't mind spending a little extra money. Good morning, Jim. Oh, I'm on this account now. This is the backup to the backup. Yeah, unfortunately, things have been happening out here. Bald, you want it to crumble all of a sudden? Why is it okay for it to crumble? It has to crumble under Trump. Why? Yeah.
You have been so upset if any of this was going on under Biden. That's what we're calling you guys out on.
Yeah.
We understood things were more expensive, but we understood why, right? And we understood he was trying to get that done, and he left Trump with a really good economy. Really good. As he kept trying to get things done. But you guys are just like complaining and whining. So we're just showing to you that Trump he is absolutely not helping our economy whatsoever by starting these stupid tariff wars.
Yeah.
And threatening, Russia with 100%. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just constant with this guy. And now with the Epstein files, so we've got, first there's no list, and then there is a list because the Democrats put it together. And then why didn't the Democrats release it? Well, then there is a list. Like, I'm so confused. Is anybody following this rationale? And then, yeah.
Because to me, they're done. They're damned if they do. They're damned if they don't. Correct, right? So
Correct.
Biden, when he was in office, Trump was indicted 4 times. Did they accept the indictments?
Nope.
So you would have had to conclude if this would have came out while Biden was in office, he would have flipped it and said it's the weaponized DOJ. So we took that off the table.
Yep. Yeah, and now any of his supporters that are calling for the release of the files, he's literally just put on Truth Social. He's calling them weaklings. He's saying that they were conned by the lunatic left. He says he doesn't want their support anymore. He calls them past supporters.
Really?
Yeah, he's so mad right now. He calls it bull stuff. He calls it all this stuff. Like, he is so mad right now that they are, those people that were handed the binders by Pam Bondi.
Yeah.
They're like, he's calling all these guys. Going, what was that about? I mean,
Well, do we disagree with Trump? I think for the first time he's actually telling them what they truly are. Because he always used to say they're special, right? They're not. You're not that special. You're deranged.
No, they are. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
He's hating on MAGA today. Wow.
Hating on MAGA, calling them weaklings and past supporters. You can't this stuff up.
No wonder they're here saying bring it all down, because they know the relationship is officially over. MAGA, it's over. Y'all brought this is self-destruction at its finest. But you know what? They hate the Democrats so bad. Ain't that something? Obama is doing this to MAGA. W Miss Obvious.
Y'all remember, right?
Yeah.
When was Epstein unalived? I think it was in
August 2019. Yeah, and who was president?
Trump was, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so everything going on with this these e-files, it all is happening under the Trump administration, whether it's the 1.0 or the 2.0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything about this.
Everything.
What more evidence do you need when somebody's fingerprints are all over the crime scene? Isn't it safe to say that this person most likely might be a suspect?
Yeah.
At a bare minimum, you got to look into him.
Exactly, Pip. You got to look into this stuff and see. The Democrats never ran on releasing the list.
Nope.
They didn't even handle any of the Epstein stuff in our presidency. That was Trump, and now it's Trump again. So if they ran on releasing it, they ran on transparency, right? So then they're like, we're going to release the files, and then they took a vote, and what did they do? 211 said no to releasing the files.
Guilty. 211 people want to protect P3DOs. That's how I take that. And CD, you don't even need to have a client list to use common sense. CD, you know what it is. Yeah. Why are you defending this stuff?
Let's see it. We're like, listen, if it's a Democrat, let's go. If it's Bill Clinton, let's
get him out of here.
Let's see. I mean, over 1,000 women were affected by this. 1,000 women. That's a lot of women that were hurt.
Yeah. Rick.
Yeah, we're not.
Tara. CD wants to talk to you, Shay. He wants to talk to you.
Who?
CD. He decided to come up here. Maybe you triggered him, and this is unusual because he wants to come up here and defend P3DO.
I guess so.
Well, he isn't one.
Who?
Anyway,
so
I need you to emphasize this. What list are you talking about?
Huh?
Yeah, what list are you talking about?
The list of the people who were in the orbit of E that might have committed crimes and done harmful things.
Yeah.
Didn't we get that list of Democrats that went to Jeffrey's Island?
No.
Yes,
no.
We did.
I know that they say there's around 10% of the information has been made public.
Jeffrey, but the list you guys keep asking for.
Conservative Democrat Pam Bondi has it, right?
Why are you so angry?
Release it.
Why are you so angry?
Why are you so full of shit?
Oh.
We're not full of anything.
See, so CD,
the fact, man.
Just sit there and stew in your nonsense. You see this?
Bondi, yeah.
He can't control himself, and I get it. It hurts you to realize you voted for a predator, huh?
Exactly.
He isn't one. Are we going to talk about this?
Why won't they release it
then? What are you
then?
guys talking about? Answer the question.
So
there's more videos and pictures of Trump than there are of transgender athletes. Did you know that?
The radical left media made up some narrative that there was a client list. Jeffrey.
Okay. So let's do it this way. Let's do it this way.
No, dude, shut up. Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, don't tell him to shut up, you weak.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Shut the fuck up. Jeffrey.
Oh my God, you're so weak. What is wrong with you? You're exactly what Trump said. You're a weakling.
W. Shay. And W, W Big Zeus. And what you all saw just happen is an emotional reaction to somebody who's trying to defend somebody that they know they shouldn't be defending, and he's very, very upset that the fact that he's very upset at the fact that he's been outed as a P3DO supporter, which says a lot about you. And so, CD, thank you for volunteering to be somebody that I could make an example out of this morning on my show. Shay, would you mind me if I sent him straight to hell?
Oh no, please do.
Okay, all right, all right. She said, please. Okay, so CD is a crybaby, and he just got up here and defended something that is very evil and disgusting and criminal. And he thinks that he did something powerful. He didn't. All he did was make it crystal clear that he's possessed with something very disgusting. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do with it. Let's go ahead and send CD straight to hell.
Silence! You matter, Damon!
W Big Zeus and W Shay.
Why don't you go talk to your friend Janae, who talks about alligators eating Mexicans and they taste good?
Ooh.
Yeah, she said that Mexicans are tasty, especially if you add salt and pepper and serve them up with a side of frijoles and tortillas.
Yeah, yes.
These
And
are
that,
the people you're friends with, honey.
yeah, and that's sad. It's so sad he got up here and just humiliated himself like that. You're right. But you know, thank you, Shay. W Shay. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, yeah. All right.
Pressuring them to release the files, they're calling it now, instead of the list. Keep pressuring and let's not drop it, because they're going to do everything they can to look over here. Look over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep mentioning it, right? No matter what.
Yes. They're going to keep mentioning it, because we never ran on releasing them. They did.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, thank you, Shay. All right. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's awesome what we just did. That's totally amazing work that we just saw. Hey, CD, I want to say this to you, CD.
Sure. Can I just interrupt?
Sure. I want to say this for you, CD.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes, I am.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yeah, I am.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and I will. I'll go ahead and keep talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about the e-files because I know it infuriates CD like you never seen him before. This is the first time he actually sent a request to get in my box, and he came in here hot and angry. Woo-wee, ladies and gentlemen, what a show. Who do we got right here? Germ, good morning. How are you? How can I help you? Good morning, Germ. I'm assuming that was an accident. All right. Let's see. Ooh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I got my interesting. My friend April. Good morning, April. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome. Long time no see. I know you're here most of the time, but nice to see you. Fair enough.
But this whole Epstein thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've done some deep diving.
Oh.
I mean, I've done some deep diving. We've got so many connections, it's crazy.
Talk about it.
So, let's go back in time. Okay? I'm going to take it just for a little bit, y'all, to hear it out, and I can back every bit of this up. We'll go back to World War II, is where it started.
Oh.
There was someone called Donald Barr. And if anyone doesn't know who Donald Barr is, that's William Bill Barr's dad. Now, Donald Barr hired Jeffrey Epstein to be a professor at a college without a degree in math or physics and all. out of the blue, figured out. But let's put another connection in there. He was part of what was called the OSS. And what the OSS was, it's an acronym for security, whatever, but it turned into the CIA. That's what we had during World War II. It was called the OSS. Okay. Yeah, write this down. You're going to look, you're going to love this shit. I mean, people. Okay, so that turned into the CIA. Donald Barr and Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's dad, were in the OSS together. Okay? Are we getting? Tucker's not far off when he said that somehow Secret Service, maybe Mossad, that Epstein was an agent for them. And you can go through history and read all this stuff about Donald Barr. And then who's the first one that went to the jail as soon as Epstein unalived? Bill Barr. Bill Barr. And now we have 3 minutes of video missing. It's all connected, y'all. We know that Donald Trump and Epstein were close together. Donald Trump is obsessed with Israel, does whatever they want. We've done whatever Israel wants. But I don't know the connections, Zeus. I don't know. What you think? Just by the connections.
Well,
with,
I'm listening to this.
Like the CIA, it turned into the CIA. And Robert Maxwell and Donald Barr were in the OSS together.
I see. I'm getting visuals as you were talking of Trump and Jeffrey dancing together. I'm starting to understand the flying on the Lolita Express. I'm starting to see flight logs. Yeah, I'm starting to see there's a real connection between the president of the United States and this disgusting human being. That's what I'm seeing, and it's starting to become real clear to me why his DOJ does not want to release those files. Because assuming what you're saying is true, lined up with all of this information and evidence, you just can't walk away and say Trump had nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
You just can't do it.
No, it's so far involved in all of this. There was another thing. Jeffrey Epstein didn't have any money. Okay, and how he came into his fortune was the guy that, and it slips I should have wrote these names down, but he owned a Victoria's Secret. That rich guy. Jeffrey Epstein, for some reason, became the power of attorney over that guy's wealth.
Whoa.
And then he started investing and all that stuff.
Whoa.
But he had nothing. So it's just weird. I know.
Why is this? Why do you think this is so? As you were exploring this, and I understand you're taking this in with a grain.
I did research.
It's a grain, But why do you think what you're sharing is making a lot of folks in the cult very uncomfortable?
I think they realize it too. They're coming out. They're coming onto my lives. And they're pissed. Wow. They are so mad at Trump, and they can't believe it. They're saying to themselves, he has to be on it. That's the only reason why he wouldn't release this. And it's true.
Maybe he's just protecting people on it. Could that be it? And he's totally spick and span clean. Maybe that's it. Is he protecting people?
Yeah, he's protecting people and among himself. But do you think that he would just go under the bus for this right here, or is it because he's covering his ass? Oh, sorry, his butt.
What do you think about him naming Obama and Comey and them this weekend about that? Because to me, he said something, and I spoke to people, and they say, maybe this is what Obama and them knew about him on his first term, and this is why it kind of started turning into this. This is why when he got into power, he decided to indict Jeffrey, because he knew that was the link out there that would have tied him and all of this together. Do you think, because he said Obama was tapping my wires. You remember that? Remember when he first got into office? You starting to see, I'm starting to connect the dots. And, this to me, if this is truly something the Obama administration and Biden and the Democrats put together, then this should be easy to debunk. And you shouldn't be jumping through all these hoops, right, to get them.
It's ridiculous when you have Bondi. You come out and then I heard Shay, I haven't read Truth Social today, but he's telling these people he doesn't care, go away. The ones that's calling for the Epstein list, he's calling his own MAGA out now. This man's went off the deep end, Zeus. He's crazy. Yeah. But the one other thing, Lauren Boebert this morning posted where she'd given an interview. She wants a special counsel to investigate this. Can I give you a name she put out there to investigate this?
Who?
Who had to leave the appointment of Attorney General because of the 17-year-old? Remember his
Matt Gaetz. She is suggesting Matt Gaetz be the special counsel.
Yes. Well, that he went to Mar-a-Lago last week.
If he does that, it screams guilty. If he does, that means he's not even putting anybody there serious. He's putting someone in there to cover it up. That's what that means. And to all of you Trump voters out there, listen to this. Just look at how listen to all this. None of this adds up other than guilt.
It's guilt. Guilt.
I mean, and I say that as somebody, because you got to go into the mindset of a criminal. A criminal is going to do everything to cover up their crimes and not be held accountable. So you want somebody in there that understands what happened and knows where to go do their, covering up and stuff. And what better candidate than Matt Gaetz?
Oh, absolutely. She throws something out there.
Yeah. Yeah. This is some sick stuff.
But it just doesn't make any sense that they're doing, the MAGA's falling away from him now. I don't get it because he's lied the entire time to them. But, when he put in the post about the Dems, it's Biden, everybody, just like Russia, Gate and all that stuff. Because he takes it that they believed him on that lie, that it was all set up.
Well, are you there, April? I think what happened this time is you had the blatant humiliation of MAGA because they invited these folks to the White House with the binders, right? He promised it, and everything he's done to try to placate them into making them think he's been working with them. It's sort of like how Putin is doing him with Russia. I mean, with Ukraine. It's like they sit back and they go, our credibility is tanking on the internet, right? Because you can't go online and you did the binder thing. Imagine, you host lives, right, April? Imagine you come on to TikTok and you tell everybody you got all this inside information. Right? Your poll numbers go through the roof. They're sending you all kinds of love and things like that. But then it comes out, what you showed them was basically the same thing they already had. You know what that does to your credibility? It just makes you seem like even more of a, they call it grifting. It just makes it clear you're a grifter, right? So the only way out of that is you got to actually deliver the goods, right? And this is the position that he's put a lot of his base.
Yeah, but do we trust?
Huh? Hello? Where'd you go? Are you there, April? I think I lost you. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay, I can hear you now. You're back.
I kept hitting the microphone. I don't know what the crap's going on.
Okay.
TikTok.
But you said, do we trust what?
For Bondi to release this, do we trust them? I don't trust them.
No.
I don't trust them. They're going to doctor it. They're going to cover it up.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be an outside source or something that goes through this.
Bingo.
It's crazy.
Bingo.
But I just wanted to come up and share that little bit of info about Donald Barr and all that stuff and the connections with Robert Maxwell, which is Ghislaine's dad, and all that stuff. It's like, please, I mean, all these connections, it just doesn't make any sense. They're all connected, and he was blackmailing all these people.
Lord have mercy.
That's how he got so rich, Zeus.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get to the bottom of it, all right?
Well, let's hope so.
All right.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, W. April. And oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, time is totally flown. And I didn't realize it, but Big Zeus is... I have to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. And I will be back tomorrow on this main account. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a quick second. This is Brianna right here. Good morning, Brianna. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. I heard about you from my good friend Nutty. In terms of the situation you got going on, am I correct that you're the one dealing with the situation where your husband has been? I want to say it in my way. You don't got to agree with it, but ICE is doing a number of the immigration folks are doing something to him.
Oh yeah, he was basically kidnapped if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, I do have to run, all right, but I was hoping that at least I could lock you in tomorrow. Would that be okay? And we can have a more in-depth conversation about this because I know there's a lot of wonderful people.
Of course, yeah. I'll be on tomorrow morning.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give Brianna, my new friend, a follow, all right? And if I could stay longer, I totally would. But I want to make sure we do this some justice and we do it the right way. Unfortunately, I'm on my backup. But people will find us, hopefully, all right?
All right, thank you.
And you stay out there and you stay strong, all right? Seriously, because we're going to need more of this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brianna a huge round of applause. All right, thank you so much. All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now I do got to wrap it up. It was an incredible show. I want to give all of you a huge round of applause. Thank you to all of you for rocking and rolling with me. This is my third backup account, but we're going to rock and roll and keep getting the word out. All right. Thank you for all the gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be as entertaining and engaging as it is. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shaming. You know who this goes out to. This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters. They steal in this app and they just lie through their teeth. And they're angry with you and me because we're talking about the e-files. Well, unfortunately, they're going to wake up and realize that the problem isn't us. It's them. Let's go ahead and send them to hell one last time. All right, we're out of here. Take care. I won't be able to do the drill, baby drill. Thank you. W. Capira, my sister. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even realize. Tell them, Dr. Keisha. Tell them. Yeah, all hands on it. I didn't even realize time had flown. I was having such good conversations. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Reggie, W. Rick, take care. Edward, you too. Connect the dots. Thank you, Cuddy. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Cindy. You can be there. Let's go. Thank you. connect those dots. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for all that you do.